So you're toilet training your puppy and you want to get to the end result as quick as possible. Now that is completely understandable. Obviously we don't want accidents in the house and we want our puppy to feel nice and comfortable around toilet training. So it's super important that we have a key set strategy for our toilet training from day one. And what I mean is as soon as puppy comes, we know what we're doing, okay? So there's some simple things that I want you to implement. Firstly, I want a toilet diary, okay? It might sound silly, but a toilet diary will pay massive paramount going forward with this training. I don't want to put it on you or me, but we kind of follow a schedule, and it's the same with our puppies, and by keeping that toilet diary, this will help us with our toilet training. There's also a few other things that I'm now going to let you know, so please get ready to take a list of what I want you to do for your toilet training. First things first, I don't like to train with toilet training pads. Reason being is dogs are very texture orientated, and what do toilet pads feel like? They feel like our soft furnishing. It's also something that we can get a little bit stuck on, okay? Obviously, if we live in a flat, then I'm going to do a later video for you guys, okay? But this is if we live in a house and we have easy access to a garden. So, try and start for me with your toilet diary and no toilet training pads, please, okay? Keep in mind that our learners will be able to hold their bladder or their toilet in for up to 4 hours, okay? It's 1 hour for every month of their life, up to 3 to 4 hours until they're toilet trained, okay? So the maximum time you're going to get out of your learner before they need to go to the toilet again is 4 hours. If you're super lucky and you have a learner that goes through the night, you are a one-off, okay? It doesn't happen often. Give yourself a pat on the back and say, thank you very much, I've been a lucky person, okay? But the rest of you, we do have to get into some training, okay? So, toilet diary, keep in mind they can only hold their bladder or their toilet for up to 3 to 4 hours, and it's 1 hour for every month of their life. What I also want you to do is make sure that they have a nice pen area, okay? So we have positively conditioned a crate and positively conditioned a pen area. If we are letting our puppy go all around the house, there's more likelihood that they're gonna make a mistake, okay? We can't always keep an eye on our puppy. However, as much as we can throughout toilet training is key, okay? Unfortunately, if a mistake happens, it's better that it happens in a pen, okay? Rather than us having the mistake around the house. Now, let's say we do have an accident within the house. It's super important not to make any issue with the puppy, okay? It's our fault. We have not been able to keep an eye on them, and mistakes do happen. If you need to go to the toilet and someone's held you from the toilet, I'm not going to blame you if you have an accident, okay? So it's the same for your puppy. We should have just kept a little better eye. But we need to make sure we clean that up properly, okay? So get yourself some enzymatic dog cleaner, okay? Give it a good old scrub. Don't just use standard cleaning products. Your puppy will know the smell, will be able to smell the smell throughout the product, and it can encourage them to go toilet there again. So enzymatic cleaner, make sure you give that a good scrub, and like I say, we'll set ourselves up for success next time by just trying to keep a little closer eye on our puppy. We also want to make sure that we have a feeding and a drinking timetable. So whilst we're toilet training, please make sure your food's going down and your water's going down at the same time every day, and you are bringing up the water a couple of hours before bed. This just allows puppies so that they can get their last bit of toileting out the way before we head off to bed, okay? So, schedule for food coming down and water coming down is super key. And also making sure food's not left out for ages, okay? Because otherwise we get a grazer, okay? So make sure when we're feeding, put the bowl down for 15 to 20 minutes and then pop it back up again, okay? Now, after we've ever had our puppy drink or eat, we want to make sure we're popping them outside 10 to 15 minutes after, okay? I always like to play on the safe side, so go 10 minutes after, okay? So they've had a drink, they've had some food, we're going to pop them outside, okay? Don't say anything to your puppy. Let them think about toilet training, okay? If you're talking at your puppy, it's very distracting for them, okay? Now we're outside and they have been toilet, okay? Don't, when your learner is going toilet, go, good toilet, because what you'll probably get is your learner will stop, not fully go, and then you've kind of had them go half, and then they'll come inside and could have a little accident. So make sure they have fully finished toilet training before saying, good, and toilet, and giving them some tasty treats. So you've positively reinforced it afterwards, okay? So good toilet, tasty treats afterwards, okay? But not during. Now, let's say we've headed out in the garden and we're out there for 5 to 10 minutes and puppy hasn't gone toilet. That's absolutely fine. Pop them back inside and 5 minutes later, pop them back outside and just run the same process, okay? Making sure, remember, if you do have a toilet, solid or fluid, it goes on your toilet diary. So the time and whether it was solid or fluid goes on that diary, please, okay? We also want to make sure that when guests come round, that at the moment we're meeting them outside. Puppy can have accidents when they get excited or a little bit nervous when people come round, okay? So by having our guests meet a puppy outside, it's just going to save any accidents from happening inside the house, okay? Also remember, if our puppy's been excited or had some play, 10 minutes later, pop them outside to go toilet, okay? Excitement can encourage our puppies to want to go toilet. So again, keeping an eye on that. Also make sure that when our puppy is in their pen area, we're constantly watching for sniffing, circling, scratching. These are all signs that our puppy may need to go toilet. So if they do, pop them outside, okay? What we can do to make this a little bit easier is, as long as our learners, we have eyes on them, we can put a a house line on them, so that if we see them trying to go toilet, we can just pick up the house line and say, this way, and pop them out into the garden. Now, when we're at night, what are we going to do? So we've got to keep in mind that our puppy is in their socialization period and in their fear period. So the likelihood is, I would not be recommending, depending on your house setup, that you are leaving puppy downstairs in the kitchen on their own, okay? We want to have a positive conditioned crate and pen area downstairs and a positive conditioned crate upstairs. At night, they are upstairs in the bedroom with us and making sure the crate is shut, okay? So they can't have access to come out. Now it's time to set your watch, okay? You need to keep in mind that puppy is going to have to wake up every 3 to 4 hours at most and pop outside. Yes, this does mean some sleepless nights for a little while, but trust me, going forward, this is going to be the faster way for you to toilet train rather than letting them go on the mats inside, okay? So set your diary just like if you had a toddler. It's going to be a case of you just having to get up, okay? Get them up in the night, don't make a big deal, pop them out into the garden. And again, run the same process. Don't make a fuss, don't talk to them, let them do their business. If they go toilet, good, toilet afterwards, and then pop them straight in the house, okay? Straight back up to their crate and you're straight to bed. Don't make a fuss, it's not playtime, it's back to sleep time, okay? If there's a little bit of crying, just ignore that for a second, and then if they settle down, say good, little tasty treat, and just let them settle back down, okay? So, making sure that we listen to all these bits when we're toilet training, it will help us get a handle on this nice and quickly, okay? You can get hold of toilet training within a month or two as long as you're consistent, okay? It could even be faster if you are very, very consistent and don't have those nights where you feel a little bit tired and you think, do you know what? Tonight we are not going to get up, okay? Also, work on the 3-day basis, okay? So if I have got my puppy up at 3.5 hours, okay, and they have not gone toilet, okay? So I've woken up at 3.5 hours and puppy isn't awake yet. And I've done that for 3 days, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to push that another 15 minutes, okay? So instead of working up at 3.5 hours, I'm going to wake up every 3 hours, 45 minutes, okay? And again, I'm still setting my watch and I'm listening to see if puppy's crying because I don't want any accidents in the pen, but I am progressively looking to increase my time that puppy can go throughout the night without having to get up and go toilet. But remember, don't push it too far. As long as you've had 3 days of success, you can add 15 minutes. But don't go more than that because we just don't want accidents, okay? Please do remember, any accidents, they are our fault. We should have just been on top of it a little bit more than we currently are. And puppy will be flying before you know it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please follow along, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.